Well, it's International Sauvignon Blanc Day, and to celebrate, our WSJ wine columnist Will Lyons set up a blind tasting with 45 New Zealand Sauvignon Blancs. He joins us now with his top picks. So why did you decide your list of favorite Sauvignon Blancs needed an update?
Well, thanks for having me on the show, Lee. Well, it's the world's favourite white wine, isn't it? Sauvignon Blanc. We all think we know it, but do we really? I mean, what I think is amazing about New Zealand, unlike the traditional growing areas of Sauvignon Blanc, like Bordeaux or the Loire in France, is that it's constantly evolving. I mean, the amount of vineyard plantings is staggering. It was sort of around 4,000 hectares in 2002. And that's grown to 18,000 last year, so I thought it was well timed for an update.
Well, there are actually 4 different flavor profiles for these types of wine, which is amazing. Run us through those.
Well, exactly. I mean, I always thought of New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc as tangy and sort of green pepper and fennel and grassy. But actually, when we did the tasting, and what we did, we wrote to 45 of the top producers in New Zealand, got the bottles, disguised them, and then tasted through twice. We found there was these 4 different flavour profiles. So you've got overly citrus and tropical fruits. You've got dry, or what sort of wine professionals might call a mineral flavour. You've got the oat Sauvignons, which are very soft and have a glorious texture. And then the last one is a sort of herbaceousness, where you have notes of fennel and sweet pea.
Okay, so we started off with 45 wines, and we have one of your top picks here. It's the Rangi Sauvignon Blanc. What sets this bottle apart?
Do you have that in the studio as well? Because I have it here. It's absolutely
yeah,
superb.
You can see here. Here's to you, buddy, for making my Friday even better.
Well, it's 5 o'clock here in London. I think everyone's going to be spilling out of the office soon, going into the wine bars, and they'll be ordering something like, you know, a Sauvignon Blanc. Well, the first thing to say is 2013 was an exceptional year for New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc. While Europe laboured under this very wet summer, in New Zealand they had a bumper crop. But the Rangi here is quite unusual because most of New Zealand's Sauvignon Blanc comes from the Marlborough region in the South Island. This is from the Martinborough region on the south of the North Island. And what I liked about it was it's a little more restrained. And if you take the nose there, you get this glorious notes of sort of stone fruit, and there is a bit of fennel there. And then I'll take a sip. And it's what I was saying, you have that lovely power, big punch. Do you get that, Lee? And then there's a dry finish as well. What I would call a sort of minerality, a salty flavour at the back of the palate.
Yeah, it suits my palate very well, I'll tell you.
It's a little more sophisticated than other New Zealand Sauvignon Blancs, I think.
Yeah, well, you're very knowledgeable with these. You have the full list of your 15 favorite Sauvignon Blancs on WSJ.com. Am I correct about that?
That's absolutely right. If everyone clicks on the article, you can slide through. We were going to do a top 10, but the quality was so good, we've actually done a top 15. And we've got some surprise wines in there. We've got Wither Hills, which I think everyone will know is quite a commercial wine, and we were very surprised, but we retasted it, thought the quality was excellent. And then we've got lovely wines like this one here, the Isabel, which has a very floral, flowery nose.
All right. All right, well, thank you very much for your breakdown on that. We'll make sure that we give this a try. Thank you very much.